Hi, freaks. Today we're going to show you my bug in room, prep room. I've been working on it, I know. All that stuff on the floor right there, the bug out bags. I'm working on another video. Actually, I was going to do it before I did this one. So I kind of ransacked it to get some stuff out. This is my prep room, I guess we call it. Let me close this door. What is the prep room? Prep room is where you store your shit. Okay? And yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Not everything belongs. I don't even know what that is. Christmas stuff. But basically what it is it's a room. You know, prepping is kind of a journey. You know what I mean? And at some point, you're going to dedicate an entire room or your basement if you live out of Florida. But this is for the Florida Base Camp Group. So we don't have basements here. Florida Base Camp Group, not Florida Basement Group. Florida Base Camp Group. I was out of work for a while, and you would not be surprised. The reason why I'm making this video is I was out of work for a while, and you would not believe how fast this stuff goes. It really does. Sorry about the mess. It's just a 10 by 10 room where I store my food and my gear. That's all gear. That's all gear. Okay. And some of the stuff's for the house, you know, toilet paper and stuff. You know. It's just chairs and things. Not everything here is bug-in related, but it is prepper related. How about that? You know, like there's chairs right there. Yeah, you know, I take them out right now. I'm using them, but you know, for the most part, I use them for camping and stuff, and that's related. And there's more gear in here, plus Christmas stuff. Yeah, that's a Christmas tree. But you know, these here, my girl wanted to vacuum pack them and put them down, which kind of makes sense because I have then over here. Yeah, I have wool blankets that are all. Here's one. Here's two. There's two big wool blankets made in India. I don't know what that means. Yeah, some suits, but yeah, mostly it's just gear and organic gear and all the dry goods that I've collected. Popcorn is years and years and years in storage, and then you just boil it like regular corn. So save popcorn, of course, coffee. These pans. If we have to go anywhere, you know, you could use these pans as well as cooking pans, and also plates. But this is actually for a secret little video I'm preparing for. You're gonna like that. That you're gonna like. I should be doing that today. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But I hang my cast iron up, you know, because if I put it down, this is getting old like me. You don't want to lift up that big heavy stuff. This works just as well, or almost as well. It doesn't hold the heat as well. This is carbon steel. Yeah, I like the iron, but carbon steel is better for the women. There's just a spare pan I keep in here, so none of the kids use it, because you know how kids are. They ruin all your shit, like everything, like everything they ruin. Beans and stuff, rice. It's got to go in the containers. My wife, she works at a supermarket, so I get those containers. And when I get more containers, I'll put the rice in it. And more stuff back there, kosher salt. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all that lard, but a lot of stuff is missing. I don't want you to think, oh, guy ain't got nothing. Well, you know what? I've learned this. I've had right now. I'm prepping for my girl and I. Okay, there's another adult in this house. But I'm thinking I should just really worry about me and my girl. And you know, when I had shit, I had 7 adults, and neither one of them wanted to do anything for themselves. And why am I going to spend my money? And this is the kind of thinking. Preppers thinking is, you got to take care of your immediate. You got to take care of yourself and your wife and your children, right? Even if they don't subscribe to what you're doing, you got to do it anyway. Because again, I was out of work. We would have for 2 months. We would have starved. If I didn't have this, there would have been nothing to eat. So, you know, if that don't put them onto it, then nothing will. And right now, when you got kids that are in their 20s and their 30s, even their 40s, and all they care about is going out and getting laid and spending the money and stuff. You know, what are you gonna do? You know, you gotta take care of your children, you know, but they gotta be self-sufficient as well, especially with your kids, your girls' children and stuff. You do your best to enlighten them to the wisdom of putting some stuff back. You can't let them starve, but you can't make it easy for them either, because the reason why they are where they are is because you already made it easy for them. You know, and they're out in the street, things aren't going to be so easy. So you have to, they have to learn, but you can't just give them stuff. You know what I mean? They have to know that what's here is a year's supply for me and my woman. That is more than here. It's more than a year in here, I suppose, but I don't know. I don't know. I know it goes faster than you think. But, you know, you got to have your cookware. You got to have, I hang everything on the racks. These are extra glasses for when we bug out. Oh, speaking of such, you're going to hear me talk about this a lot, okay? I did a bug out video with my bug out bags right here. And, you got too much stuff. You got too many things. And, yeah, you know what? Yeah, if I was in your head, right, I probably would have too much stuff. A 3-day bug out bag is too much stuff in there for a 3-day bug out bag. But I run a base camp group. And when you run a base camp group, or you're in a base camp group, you're not just prepping for yourself. You gotta have extra. You gotta have all this cast iron everywhere, because you'll be cooking and doing for a lot of people, and not everybody's gonna have everything. Some people are gonna have gardening tools. Some people are gonna have, like me, I have the cookware. I got a lot of food here. Is my bug out bag too big? Well, how about this? How about what I really need is like a large step fan, because everything's going to go with me. Somehow, some way, everything is going to go with me to the base camp. So, is my bug out bag too heavy? Maybe. It's got too much stuff in it. It depends on what you're doing. If you again, if you're just going out for 3 days, you got some kind of national disaster coming, and you're only going to be out for a couple of days, fine. You know what? Yeah, have it nice and light with less stuff in it. But if you're going to be out for weeks and weeks, you'll be at a camp, there's going to be 50 or 60 people there, it's not even nearly big enough. Step fan is probably not big enough, because I have to go, with my step fan, I have to go to other people's houses and get all their things, so everybody can eat. That is the frame of mind that I'm in. So, in your frame of mind, yeah, I have too many things in my bug out bag. In my frame of mind, again, I need an 18-wheeler or something, because I got radios, I got antennas, and I got the camp chairs, and I got all this food and gear and gear and gear and gear. Those are showers right here. These are 2 showers. Can't put those in my bug out bag. You understand? That's why when someone says, what are you doing with an axe when you can just do a machete? Well, because I plan on doing a lot of building. You got 50 people, there's a lot of shelters, and a machete ain't gonna do it. So, oh, this is cool right here. This is the volcano stove. They call it a stove. It's more of a grill. Look at it online. Look up volcano stove, and you'll see. You need your spare medical supplies. Okay. What else is back here? I think the light just went on. I got some fire starter logs. You know, I got all kinds of stuff. And here, this is. Actually, you know, this is fly tying equipment. I'm a fly tyer. I know there's at least one guy in my group is into it. What am I looking for? I just got a couple of heaters. Okay, how you gonna plug those in? Yeah, I got generators. I got 2 generators. I connect them up parallel. So, we're gonna have power. I'm gonna have power anyway. Because I also have 2 air conditioners. I got one there, and I got one there. More gear. Gotta find a place to put it, because it's gonna be powered by this generator and this generator, and I connect them parallel. Again, more stuff sucked in, and there's more gear. Yes, tools are gear. I just have to put all this stuff away. That bathing suit, that's not gear. That's not gear. It's gear for me, but it's not gear for you. It's my girl's gear. So, one day we're going to go into a bug-in video, and I'm going to go into a lot of this stuff with detail. Right there's a couple of solar panels, and now these connect together also, but they connect together, I think, by serial. The series circuit. Connecting together by series, not by parallel. Okay, we'll explain that. One day I'll do a video on power, and I'm going to do it with that and the generators, and then we'll see how that one turns out. Over here, another base camp thing. I don't know how base campy it is. That is my All-American pressure canner. I don't know why you even call it a cooker there. It's not a pressure cooker. It is a pressure canner. Different. This is the dog's pillow. It used to be my bug out bag, but now it's for the dogs. And I have some uniforms. We need to have a discussion on base camp one day, and let me get my thoughts together, and then we will talk about it. Base camp, or how about this? How about we have a discussion on bugging in? You don't see much of that on the YouTubes. You see a lot of bug out. You see all the romantic stuff, all the cool stuff, the guns, the knives, the bugging out, the bug out bags, and all this other stuff. But most of that is fantasy. What's really going to happen more than anything is you're going to wind up staying put in your house, and that is the optimum scenario anyway. Because you're gonna need heavy tools anyway. Because bugging is what you want to do. Bugging out, not so much. That's your last resort, is bugging out. Okay, so you're gonna want some kind of a radio for indoors. I got the antenna that goes out. I have it connected to a tree. I'll show you that someday. I got Giuseppe the Booger Man. He goes with me everywhere I go. So we are going to make a bug-in video at some point. This is just a pre-video. I just gotta get my thoughts together. I gotta clean this room. I know. That is some good stuff right there. Spinach. All right. Fishing rods. Okay, I know. Well, is fishing rods a prep? Because it is as much of a hunting tool as your rifles are. You're going to either go out in the woods and shoot some, or you're going to go to the river and fish something. That is a prep. Fishing rods are a prep. Hand tools are a prep. And these are the things that you're always going to have with you. Your guns are a prep. And there's so many things that you not really think of as a prep. That is certainly a prep. Just that water right there. Some of that I bought, some I filtered it. I just saved the containers. I filtered it and put it in there. Okay. That fan is a prep. This I showed you already. This is my stack of Dutch ovens. I know I gotta clean this up. That is my camp stove. There's a big old tent back there. More cast iron stuff hanging off the hooks. Tarps you need. Tent tarps you need. Comms. Oh, that's my radio stuff. That's just spot filters. Some cans of pork back there. That's for the dogs. Can't wait to try that roast beef. A lot of stuff I actually have for the dogs. When you can chicken, it gets dry. For the dogs. The ramen noodles. Someone keeps coming in here grabbing it. I think I know who it is because he doesn't clean up after himself. So I know who's been taking my ramen. But since COVID, that stuff has spiked in price. But it's still very inexpensive. I got some canned fish. My girl don't eat fish, so I have to eat the fish, and she'll eat the good stuff. That's got too much salt in it for me. So I'll give that to the younger guys. I'll give that to Michael. As long as Michael stops eating my soup. All right. But gravy is important. Why is gravy important? You know why? Because broiled possum is going to taste a lot better with brown gravy over it. Trust me. Cheese sauce. You put cheese sauce over anything. It's just going to taste good. So many things you're going to eat that you're not going to be used to. Rabbit and squirrel and all that. I don't know anything about squirrel casserole. But I guess I can wing it if I really needed to. I'm running out of broth. It's a prep, trust me. When you start eating all that weird shit, you're going to want gravy. Smother it in gravy. Bury it in stuffing. Or some jambalaya. Or bury it in the ronzonis. Most of the stuff is just add water. Not this. This is probably going to have to add milk. But most of the stuff is just add water. You prep with just add water stuff. Yeah, it's unhealthy. Yeah, it's terrible for you. But it's a necessity. So is that. This is actually not as bad as you think in terms of calories. 320 calories in the whole can. So if you eat one for breakfast, one for lunch, and one for dinner, it's still not enough calories to get you through the whole day. A lot of stuff is calorie short, but you know what? It fills you up. This is for this. You rehydrate. I don't eat beef jerky, but you know what? You add water to it, and you fry it up, and it's not beef jerky anymore. Then it's just beef, teriyaki beef. Get as much as you can. These are MREs. Spices, snacks. That's probably gonna go bad. Half of that's probably bad. All down here is meat. Meat. As we talked about, the chicken goes dry, so I'll give that to the dog. Or you can add it to noodles. Got noodles here somewhere. I out of noodles. Okay, I gotta get noodles. But you can add it to pasta. Make a gravy out of the broth. Want to put a little cheese in it, you can. Or just, do whatever. Just do whatever you want. Yeah, have fun with it. Have fun. You got to have a little bit of fun. I mean, you could be bugging out. And it's going to be miserable. It's going to suck. And everybody's going to be on everybody's case. So, don't get anybody on your case. Bring whatever you can to your base camp. How about this? Store as much as you can. And rotate it. And then, God forbid, something happens. You know that not only you're going to survive, you're going to help your friends survive. Well, if they're not prepping, if they have no food, why should I give it to them? Because they're going to come with tools and they're going to come with knowledge. You're going to need these people, trust me. And hungry people aren't much of a help. I started eating down a lot of this. Again, you start catching some squirrel out there, it's going to help a lot better with manwich in it. How about that? A squirrel sloppy Joe. With some hot sauce. I don't know. You know what that is? That's the McRib sauce. It's not my favorite barbecue sauce, but that's all it is barbecue sauce. And it's going to last a long time. And of course, over there, some mushrooms. We have mushrooms and whatnots. Don't get too crazy with the weird shit. Try to stick with what you know, what you eat. Dry fruit. Keep you from getting scurvy. It's probably better than the canned fruit because canned fruit's got tons of sugar in it. Dry fruit, if you don't like it dry, you just add a little water and let it absorb it. Yeah, I know, canned stuff is not all that great for you, but, you can always can your own vegetables like that broccoli over there. I got vegetables down there somewhere. I don't know what she do with it. Sandra comes in here a lot, and so it's more spinach and peas and carrots and mixed vegetables. And what is this? Chicken stock. Oh, wow. I forgot all about that, my chicken stock. Tops are down, still good. There's potatoes. Learn to can. I showed you my pressure canner. Learn to can. The price on that is probably spiked a little bit too. That's all falling down. That's all, just add water. That's all you gotta do is add water. Same thing with all that soup. That soup is very good. I opened up a broccoli and cheddar the other day and had it with dinner. That's actually good. It's a little expensive, but it makes a whole gallon. So, for a couple of bucks, get a whole gallon of soup. It's a really good prep, trust me. And it's the filling. Again, just add water. Maybe butter. Well, that's okay. You can make butter. If you have milk, you can make butter. Butter's easy to make. Very important, the coffee. The instant coffee will last like 20 years untouched. Will last, look what I found. Will last a long time. But that Bustelo back there, that's for me. That's for me. No one touch my stove. Cut your hands off. You know. The oils actually last longer than people think you do. I don't know if that lard is any good anymore. Crackers, I use them as croutons. I use them as breadcrumbs. This is wax for cheese making. One day we're going to keep it by the wax. One day I'm going to make some cheese. Again, just add water, I think. What you need. You know, half a cup of water or milk. Then you have muffins. Okay? There's your milk right there. There's your milk right there. You see? Plan out meals. Put them aside. Put them away. Tell your kids if they touch them, you're going to cut their hands off. All right? You'll have some cornmeal with some fresh fish. All right? So that is a prelude to the bugging in. These are all jars over here. Those milk containers are jars. It's a 10-gallon pot. Back here is other stuff. It's my antennas and fishing rods and other stuff. I also have, I gotta do something better with this. Those are all fishing rods, fly rods, fishing rods. Bugging in is a good thing. Much better than bugging out. Bugging out is cool. It's romantic. It's adventurous. Everybody loves to bug out. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna bug out, I'm gonna save the world. You ain't doing shit. You're gonna stay home where your car is. And you can bug in for as long as you possibly can. Bugging out is the absolute last thing you want to do. Your last resort. You do not bug out unless you have to. And when you do, you make sure you're prepared. Bug out, but prepare to bug out first. Because that is the hardest thing to do, is preparing to bug out. And no matter how prepared you are, you're never prepared. Bugging in is a lot easier because you have most of the stuff. You already got a lot of medical supplies in your medicine cabinet. All your meds are here, you know, for your medications. Your fork, you know, all your cooking utensils, your heater's here, your air conditioning is here. Everything is in your house. But if you have to leave, then you leave. The first thing you want to prepare for is leaving, because that is the hardest thing to prepare for. Staying in, that's easy. You know, I tackle boxes and stuff. Tackle boxes is a prep, and your fishing lures and your fishing flies and your rods is just as much a prep as your guns and ammo, because that is your food supply. I think I got it. I think I pretty much babbled as much as I'm going to. Now, you know what? Now I don't have to do that other video. So I really don't feel like going outside. It's hot. All right. So that's that. Peace.